question at ourselves, which is actually write a program to find sum of series 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n numbers. That means it's actually asking from you that whatever number you just wanted to enter into it, you could actually enter over there, and then accordingly it will be actually doing some of the calculations. Okay. So firstly, approaching this program, that it's actually asking you about the addition. Okay, that means this must be getting added to this, and this must be getting added to this, and that's how we are actually getting to it. Okay. So firstly, the very basic things, which is very mandatory in any kind of program, and which is very specific in any kind of program, is this hashtag include stdio.h and this return 0. That means this is actually the very basic, what you could say, that very basic framework of any program, which really need to be included in any kind of program, which we really just wanted to run in any kind of C. Okay. So what actually is meaning for this? That means it is actually having a what you could say is that it is having, this is saying that hashtag include. That means it's just telling about you the files where it's actually present, and this is stdio.h is actually telling you about in what kind of library it is actually present. Okay. So approaching these questions, what actually we are just going to do is to just write over here int n over here, and then we are just going to write sum is equal to 0 over here. Okay. So while we are writing int n over here, the moment we are writing int n, what actually is going to do is that we are just creating a memory allocation where it seems to be like a box which is actually empty, which is there is nothing in it. Okay. And it's telling, int is actually telling you about that it is of integer type. Okay. And we are very familiar with integers, which is like on a number line, which is all negatives number, all positive numbers, including 0 is actually considered as to be integer. Okay. So this is actually the n over here. That means we have created int n over here. Okay. Now what actually is saying is that printf, that means enter the number. That means it's actually saying you, and what actually is the function of printf? We are very familiar with it. That it's actually used to print some instruction on the console. Okay. So that's what it will be writing over there. Now what it is actually saying, that we are just writing scanf over here, and then we are just using this format specifier and then address of it. So what actually is the need of writing scanf? So we are very familiar with it, that scanf is also a predefined function which is actually defined in predefined in library of stdio.h. So that's why we are able to use this over here. So this is actually very much responsible for taking input from the user, whatever inputs you just wanted to take. Okay. So whatever in n we would be entering, like I'm entering 10 over here, so it would be taking n has to be n, that means everywhere wherever the n is present, it would be taking as to be n. Okay. Now we just wanted to add something. Okay. And which is very repetitive, like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 10 up to 10 times we just wanted to add this. Okay. So what we just going to do is that we are just going to put a for loop over here. Why we are using for loop over here? Because we are knowing about the initialization and the condition and the increment, decrement. Okay. So we would be using loop over here because we just wanted to repeat the same thing again and again. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus up to 10 times we just wanted to add it. That's why we will be using loop over here. Okay. Now this is saying that sum is equal to, what we have written is that sum is equal to sum plus I. Okay. What actually meaning of it? Sum is equal to sum plus I. That means we have created a box, a variable allocations, which is actually named as to be sum, and inside that 0 is actually placed. Why we are placing 0 over here? Because whenever we will be not putting 0 over here, then it would be started taking garbage, and we just don't want to come out with any answers which is very different from what we were actually expected. So if you really wanted to deal with something, then you just need to write something which would lead us to very specific answer. Okay. So that's why we written over here. So what actually is going to happen is over here, not going to be false. Okay. So what actually is going to be over here is that if first take 1, then it's what it is, it will do that 0 plus 1. Then again it will be running, it go to this part. Then again it would be coming with 1 plus 2. Then again go to this part, and then again it would be showing 2 plus 3, and until that it would reaches to n, that means 10 greater than equal to 10, that this condition is true, that means up to 10 it would be printing everything. But the moment it becomes 11 over here, what actually is going to happen, the condition is actually going to be false. So this is the false condition, that means 11 is less than equal to 10, which is very, very false. Okay. So this is false condition, so it is going to come out of the loop, and the moment it's come out of the loop, it's getting, it would be the last thing it would be returning is has to be 10. So the moment it's returning 10, so it would be printing over here as 10, and because we have written percentage d format is specified over here, so according to that it is actually defined for writing integers into it, so it would be printing 10 over here. And so the output would be coming out to be, if you would be seeing it on a console, then it would be written like enter the number, and the moment you enter something like 10, then it would be showing you some outputs like here it would be showing like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 up to 10, it would be showing you the results over here. So this is the program how we would be finding anything, whatever number we just wanted to enter and we just wanted to get it. Now you may be thinking that what actually is the need of doing this program? What is actually the need of writing these kinds of things? We could also like count it on our fingers, like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. What is the need of this? So the thing is that the moment you would be getting somewhere where you just wanted to do some very big calculation, so what would happen that it would really consume most of your time and most of your energy. So for that reasons the programs are designed to really reduce your what you could say time to such an extent that you could actually reach to the solution in very less time. So that for that reason that's how we would be why we are designing programs over here. So that's basically the reasons, and if you would be thinking that okay, that's actually the reason, then so what actually, where we are actually using it? So the very basic and the common example is the calculator. That means inside the calculator the software is installed, inside that program is actually written, installed, and then we whatever number we just wanted to enter, whatever numbers we entered, we just got to the very basic, very fast answer, very specific answer about it. So that's actually the beauty of program. That means the moment you are writing something, you just don't want to put some human efforts because it's just going to be done by the machines. So that's what actually the program was about, and that's why we need to do program. So that's all for all this video, and another program we will be seeing